Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Good to see you. I hope you're well. My name's Ben Moseby. Welcome to the final show of Easter Monday, or Dingus Day as we found out earlier. I'm never going to forget that, you know. Dingus Day. I hope you had a brilliant Easter. If you're just tuning in for the first time, hope you've relaxed, hope you've caught up with family. I hope you've had lots of Easter eggs. I know there were a lot of people in the last show who were watching and eating Easter eggs at the same time. We've had a good day today, actually. I feel like there's been a lot of chocolate. I feel like there's been a lot of sweets and donuts, mainly thanks to Craig, who brought in loads of supplies for the team. Thank you, Craig. And it's been a fun day. Well, you've missed out on the Weekly Wonder. That literally sold out in record time. First time we've done a Weekly Wonder. Brand new deal that was supposed to last a week, lasted 40 minutes. What can I tell you about this show, though? Well, you can still get the dies from that collection, there to my left. This is the last live show as well, where you have got the opportunity to use your code, which I believe has been running since Friday. It is Easter 10. Do you need me to spell Easter? I'll do it. EASTER 10. You can use that not just on this show, but across the website. So have a little look, have a little think, and get that used. It ends at midnight tonight here in the UK, so you've got about 6 and a bit hours left to use that. What I will say, in this Money Maker show, we have got the tea and coffee collection, which I believe you'll be able to use that Easter 10 on. We also have back in stock the balloon sentiment dies and the showstopper option for you, which you'll be able to use that code on, and indeed everything else across this show as well. We've got 4 Monday mega deals. We've also got loads of craft room essentials on the show too, including things like craft card, red liner tape, glue dots as well. So basically, get shopping, get those deals, get them in your basket and use that code because it will not be here tomorrow. Let's say hello to the chap other side at studio who has been here all through the day today. We've had a really fun day actually. I've got to admit we are both a little bit tired. Craig because he was up watching the wrestling all night, and as I told you earlier on, me because we've got a dog boarding with us who was barking all night long, all night. All night, whoa, 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 all night. So, but I think we've got enough energy left, haven't we, Craig, to make it through this final couple of hours?
Yeah, I'm actually really quite surprised at us both.
Yeah.
You know, I can feel it. I can just feel it round about there. But I think I've got enough energy for the next couple of hours, that's for sure, before I go home and I quite literally probably crash
out
until I'm back in tomorrow. But do you know something? Ben, one of my friends, I was messaging earlier on, one of my friends was like, God, I can't believe you've worked, like I was at Hobby Maker all weekend and obviously I'm straight back today and I'm in all week. I'm not in on Wednesday, but in there all week. Do you know something? I've absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I know we kind of flippantly say, oh, it's not like work, etc., etc. It really isn't. You know, today's has been great days because there's me, there's Ben, there's Nicola, there's Sam, and then there's Liam. That is it.
Nobody else.
So we've grabbed our lunch, we've had a catch up, we've filmed a couple of things for TikTok and that, and it's been really lovely. So for me, it doesn't bother me that I've been kind of working at Hobby Maker straight back in here because we get to do it with you. We came back with an incredible launch.
Did.
Boom. And then we're coming back with an incredible back in stock. So I know Ben's going to go over it all in a moment, but I'll just show you some samples first before I throw back to Ben because these were phenomenal. What Debbie was it that launched the? Oh, was it? No, it was Lilly.
Lilly, yeah.
It was Lilly and George on a Saturday, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And these flew out. I did have some on Hobby Maker over the weekend. Guess what? Absolutely flew.
Yeah, I bet.
Absolutely flew. And it is because each of the balloons are slightly different. Most of the balloons have all got these little sentiment trails that run down. So there's the sentiment balloons. If you want to mix and match, you can do that. We're going to do that within the first demo. Of course, they create great apertures, so you can turn them into shakers. You can then create your panels if you want to. You can then go around your bottlenecks if you want to. You can then do things such as your template libraries if you want to. Use your projects within the template library. Use them in conjunction with your layout collections. And then look at that one. I'm not surprised. Actually, I was about to say, I'm not surprised. It's got to be Nicole. It's not. It's actually our Marie. Our
there you go.
Marie's made this one here, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little 8x8 memory book. Even bringing in this one here, Ben. So just showing you, wetting that whistle, if you've not seen them, so that when you come back to me, I can dive straight in to a demonstration.
Yeah, and to tell you what, it has been a fun day today as well. We've been the Super 6, actually Super 7 now, because we've had Jan on the first 2 shows, joining the team for today, keeping the good shipcraft sailing. It is on the socials, Superstar Susie. Susie.
Cannot believe it's going to be just under a year now before myself and Susie meet up when I'm in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, you're going to hang out in New Orleans?
Yeah, we're going to hang out. Yeah. Going to hang out. She's going to take me for a couple of drinks.
Just a couple, eh?
Just a couple. Well, the thing is, they're probably going to be day drinks.
With what?
They're probably going to be day drinks because all my nights are filled with the wrestling, of course. But yes, that 100%. I know Susie WhatsApped me the other week and it was like, I really hope it happens. Susie, I'm in your town. I'm in your town. I will.
He's
be
relying
up with
on you, Susie.
I am indeed.
Yeah, so it's been a brilliant day. Susie's on the socials. Jane is in saying good morning, everyone from fabulous Las Vegas.
Did we at the wrestling?
Huh?
Did you see? Did you see like the big billboards and everything in Vegas? Everything was absolutely filled with all the big boards, the big LED screens. Everything was WrestleMania. There was meets and greets. There were parties. Did you see anything wrestling related? Even if you were just getting petrol.
Petrol or gas.
Or gas.
As you guys say over there.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the wrestlers like randomly wandering around?
Like Liv Morgan, maybe?
Yeah.
Triple H?
Oh yeah?
Maybe? Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Maybe you saw Stone Cold on his little bike. Quad. Yeah. We won't talk too much about the wrestling because I know there was a few messages that came in earlier and a few of you obviously wrestling fans, so we won't give any spoilers away. But it was good.
It was.
Stephanie Theodos joins us. Jill B says, good morning from Chandler, Arizona, from my desk. Oh. Shh. No, she's definitely gone shh. And she's put shh, so she's definitely not working from home. Shh. Terry H says, hi Ben Craig and all from Central Iowa. I to Trudy Bickham, he says hello from Central Florida. Hillary and Holly join us. Hello everyone from Hillary and Holly Collie. Hello. Woof. Good afternoon, Jen Shank. Hello, Laurie Parra. I'm back, a few minutes late, but still here. Hello, everyone from St. Helen, Michigan. Faye Smith joins us in Virginia. And Christine Mahoney says, hello, again.
Hello.
Did you get those paper pads, Christine? That's what I want to know. They've gone, sold out, 500 plus. Betty Weaver joins us from Idaho. Hello. Charlotte Clark says, this has been a great day of crafty goodness. I have enjoyed watching Craig craft. And Jill B says, I picked up the balloons over the weekend. I can't wait for them to arrive. And Louise Burton, one of our newer viewers, says hello from Leicestershire. That's Leicestershire, that is. Right, the balloon sentiment. So the showstopper option is available for you. What I'm going to tell you is, within this showstopper, do we get the pad as well? Well, I know it did. You're going to get all of the goodies. So you get the balloon sentiment dies, you get the pad, and you also get the adhesive kit. If you go for the showstopper option, it works out that the adhesive kit is half of the price. And as Craig was showing you, right, and these obviously look better on finished samples, they look better on cards, but this board just is there to show you and illustrate the different dies that you're going to get. And what's brilliant is that you do get all of the different balloons. Some of them I've got that little balloon sheen die cut in. If you want to add those to these elements, of course, you can do that using things like your glossy highlights, your white marker pens, but each one comes with a different sentiment. You do have this balloon here, which just has the sort of normal string, but you've got hooray, you have got make a wish, you've also got happy birthday, you've got just to say, you've got with love, this one here says let's celebrate, and then you've got dream big. And you've got a couple of kites as well, which I think is super cool. You've got flying by to say, you've got dare to dream. This kite here, of course, you've got the little cross in it. So that you can piece back in different colours if you want. You've got clouds, you've got hearts, you've got stars in there. Nothing to stop you either from multi-cutting these. If you wanted, like, you know, balloons, would you have a balloon bouquet? Is that what they call it? You know what I mean? But like, multiple balloons, or if you wanted a balloon with like multiple strands coming off it, nothing to stop you from doing that as well. So you could have one that said just to say happy birthday. But it's a really, really versatile set, and you can understand why that sold out. Alongside that, your paper pad, 6x6 this one, 12 designs, 3 sheets of each, single-sided. And what's so lovely about this pad, and we've done this across quite a few collections recently, things like the Bookworm collection, and the collection that we launched at the back end of last week, which is now skipping my mind. Papers which will work across multiple collections, because you've got loads of different colour palettes, you've got loads of different designs, you've got lots of different patterns in there, so plenty of papers that you can use across multiple collections. If you fancy getting more paper pads, they are also available for you individually, and then for half price you get your adhesive kit included as well, and this really is great value for money. You've got your 3 foam pad square sheets on there in different depths. You've got red liner tape, 3 rolls of red liner tape as well in the 3 different sizes that we do them. So you've got 10 meters on each roll. You've got your 3mm, you have got your 6mm and your 12mm. You've got your 2 A5 adhesive foam sheets in there too, so you can cut those to size, to whatever size you want them to be. Die cut those as well if you want. You've got your 1 roll of finger lift tape. You've got your round foam pad sheet in there as well, and also your adhesive eraser. That is also available individually. If you just want to stock up on that, of course you can, but the way to go, if you missed it, is the showstopper, because you get everything there and you get that adhesive kit for half the price. So what should be $45.97 or $59.85 is a platinum price of £27.99 or $37.18, but it's not though, is it? That was sign language for use the code. Easter 10 it is. Easter 10, we'll get another 10% off that price. That's another $279, $371 coming off that price there, but only for today. I think I would be correct in saying that this won't sell out in 40 minutes like we had the weekly wonder earlier on, but when you come back to get this tomorrow, you'll pay this price because that code won't be there. So if you like it, if you love it, grab it tonight. A few more quick hellos and we'll get into it. Greetings to Deborah, who says greetings from Texas. I'm listening whilst out on my walk. Doreen says, hello everyone, I'm still enjoying my Cadbury's cream eggs. Earlier on, I caught Craig in the corridor and I literally thought he'd like unwrapped one of his milk chocolate eggs and shoved the whole thing in his mouth. But it was a half of one, wasn't it? It was half, yeah, because I nibble the chocolate off the top, then I will then take the inside out, and then I've just got like the bottom half of the egg with the ice in, so I put that in, and you thought it was a whole Yeah, because he has had the end sticking out. I was like, have you just put a whole egg in your mouth? How many eggs have you eaten, by the way? Because I've seen you at least eat 2 today.
Oh, today? Yeah. I have only had 2 today. But, of course, this morning, I did buy a lot more, because when I went into Tesco's this morning, they still had quite a lot left, and they were selling them off at 55 pence. Of course they were. Of course they were. So you're stocked up for the rest of the year? Well, from what I bought this morning to what is also still in my cupboard, yeah, fair few. Hello, Christine Mahoney, on the subject of paper pads, says, I cannot confirm or deny. Oh, spoil sport. Peggy Sue Whiskercell says, hello from southern Minnesota. And Jane Adams in Vegas says, sorry, Craig, I don't get out much. I did see a lot on the news, though. I bet one of my very good friends did. He works at the Allegiant Stadium. There were no wrestlers at the grocery store, though. Oh, can you imagine that working in places? Although, I think I'm right in thinking that, you know, like concerts, music concerts, anything like that, if you're an usher, if you're a guard or that, you're not actually allowed to watch, are you? Because you have to have your back back to the stage so that you're actually there watching. But still, that would be pretty cool, because that is an incredible stadium. I know the wrestling were there a couple of years ago for SummerSlam, but they kind of taped a quarter of it off, whereas, of course, last couple of nights, they used the whole of the stadium, so it was epic. But no, that's just even interesting knowing that you guys had it on the news. Yeah, big deal. Right, I think we're ready to go. As always, Monday Makers, ask any questions, send through anything that you want to see in particular, and let's get into this. It is back in stock, so let's see what you can do with this amazing collection. with these ones, what I'm going to do is, I'm not actually going to use the balloon one, I'm going to use the kite one that Ben was talking about a moment ago. So what I've got, Ben, is I've created my own card blank, 5x6, a little bit of a different shape. Go to our Ultimate Pro, create our own boxes, and then I've also come in with some blue. This is just from one of our textured 12x12 pads. This one, pattern paper, also from the collection that Ben was showing you. So if I go in with my pattern paper, so because my card blank was 5x6, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. That is then going to give me my matting layer, and then I'm going to give myself a little tiny shallow matting layer. So I'm going to go just over the 4 3/4 and just over the 5 3/4. I'm going to refer back to that and see, yeah, that's a nice little slim of a matting layer, which if we pop there, perfect. So I'm going to set that out the way just for a moment. If I then go in with a selection of the die, so I'm going to go in with the kite. Now you do have a kite die that already has the cross in it with a separate sentiment.
Yeah.
This one, what you have got is you've then got the solid kite. You do have a different sentiment, but you do have the option to put a cross in there if you want, and that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to do that 3 times within these 3 different pattern papers. But what I don't actually want for this, Ben, is I don't want the sentiment, because I don't want a sentiment strip. I just want the string from the original balloon to show you how you can mix and match. So because I don't need that full sentiment, all that I need is the bottom of the kite. So I'm just going to chop enough cardstock to fit the top here, and I can turn that around, and then I can go in with my cross. I'm going to go in with my low tack tape. What I'm also doing, the great thing with the balloons is you can have them in any way of the pattern paper. So if you want the pattern paper at angles, diagonals, you can do that. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to keep that kind of in line, parallel with the pattern paper. I'm going to then pop that into the middle. It's really quite easy just to line up to the points of the actual kite. And then I'm going to go in with this one. I'll tell you what, let's, because it is our pattern paper and it is 180 GSM, let's attempt the 3 layers.
Okay.
So let's run that one through. We'll definitely cut the 2. If it doesn't cut the 3rd, then we can then just cut it. Oh, why do I even...
It's gone easy, isn't it?
It
easy.
has. Look at that. Just that little tip, which actually works out fine, because that, where I've not quite cut there, that's the exact point that we need to then snip off to create the tail there. So that actually worked out fine. Same here. And it's not that it's, obviously it's not cut, but the only reason it's not cut, Ben, is I've not actually gone far enough into my die cutting machine.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only reason. If I'd gone further, that little base would have cut. So we've now got our second one. And then if I come in with the top one, and then I'm going to do it that reverse, let's just carefully prise that one out this way. And then what you've also got, and use them in whichever way you want, you've got these delicate tiny little crosses here within the pattern paper. So I'm going to snip that one off there. So I've got my 3 within the pattern paper. I've got these little bits of, you know, at the moment they would be waste, but we can use them elsewhere if you want to. Let's move them out of the way. Let's take this one off, and then what I'm going to do now, I'm still going to use that same die, but I'm not going to use the cross, and I'm going to go in with a bit of black cardstock. What I will do within this one is the same. I don't need that full sentiment, so I'm going to come just enough so that it comes to the base of the kite, and then run that one through. Let's then open that up, pop that out, and then just at the end of that little streamer, snip that off, and now I've got the solid. I've already die cut another 2, so let's do the same here. This is our matte black cardstock, and then I'm going to then snip that one off.
Still keep those sentiments, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And actually, we will be, because we're going to be using one of them just shortly within this demo. So we've now got our 3 kites. We've got the pattern paper. We've got that block card. What I want now is I want the actual streamer of the balloon. Going to do it in black, so we're doing exactly the same. As long as we're covering enough of the actual, well, in this case, it's the streamer that I need, not the balloon. So as long as, let's just cut the whole thing. But if you wanted to save a little bit of card, all that you would need to do, Ben, is just make sure that, for instance, this one, our card is just covered in the streamer. You know, as it is, it's only a tiny little bit of excess card. And in actual fact, because we are cutting the streamer off at the base, I could keep that round balloon for another time if I was doing a black drop shadow. So if I then take that one, pop that out, and then this time, what I'm going to do is snip it off. I could use that balloon another time, but that is actually what I'm wanting. So we can then take another 2 that I've already cut. So snip that one off, and then we can go in with this one and snip that one off. So that's given us the start of our kite. What we then do, let's take a piece of our white cardstock, and we've even got some little cloud dies in there. So I've already got a few cut, but if I run that one through and do a few more, because it's better to have a few more than what's actually needed. And this is just our white smooth cardstock. Run that one through like so. And then what we can do as well is if I take a piece of white cardstock, I'm going to go in with my guillotine here, and I'm going to go the length of my pattern paper. That is 4 3/4. So let's do the same. So that's 4 3/4. But because this is very, very shallow and delicate, what I'm doing is I'm going to use the additional kind of finger grips on the guillotine as a guide. So use these features on the guillotine as additional ways to line and measure up. So where that raised finger guard is there, that's kind of what I'm lining my cardstock up against. And then that will then fit onto there. Alternatively, stick this onto your white cardstock and then trim it afterwards. And also, while we are here, then we're going to use the edge of my guillotine to line up. Make sure that's going to be fine. That is spot on for me. So 4 3/4. That's then going to give me the base for my sentiment, which that will then sit on there. Now I've got a little kind of rough cut there from where I've disconnected from the kite. So I'm just rounding that off. And now I've taken a sentiment which was from the kite balloon. I'm now using it as an individual sentiment to finish off at the base. Now all that I need to do is start to assemble all of these together. And if I bring my tape runner in, simple mats and layers, but it's a nice way to show how you can adapt your dies. For instance, I wanted that specific kite. I didn't want the other kite, I wanted this one, but I wanted this one with the plain streamer at the bottom. So just play, chop, manipulate. It's yours. Once you've got them home, cut them and create them in whichever way that you want. So let's pop that one on there. I'm then going to go into the pattern paper kite, and then I'm going to use my dotty tape runner for this one. At home, you guys know, if I've got more time at home, I always tend to use my tacky glue, but this is the sort of one that you're dotty tape runners perfect for. Because now what I've got is that drop shadow, the black shining through, but what you then have got is options. So you could take that little cross die cut it in the blue maybe, paper piece it back in, or maybe like a gold, something like that. So you've always got options, but we're just repeating that step there. Because you've got the little 90-degree corners in the center, I'm just being careful and holding it down with my finger while I'm using my dotty tape runner, and then going to then just move that one in, and then we can go in with the last kite, add our glue. Let's bring this one in here. And you know from our Ric Rac dies, like the scallop dies,
Yeah.
you could then start to die cut strips, and it could be like die cut clouds in the background.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
I know you've got the little clouds in there, but if you want maybe a bit more scenic clouds, or die cut them and then ink around them to get that cloud effect within the balloons at the forefront, always got creative options. And then what we can do at this point is I'm just going to use some tape here because my glue is clogged up and I never had a chance to declog it.
Is that the tape that comes in the adhesive kit?
Yes.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Tissue tape,
Finger
yeah.
lift roll, yeah.
Yep, it is indeed. So I've taken that one, and I'm just going to take the bottom off of these three here. And if I bring one of them, and then I'm just going to make sure I've got it the right way round, and then we can then press that in. So we've now turned our kite with a sentiment just with a normal streamer. I'm going to take the next one and make sure that one's facing the right way. I'm just going to hover over the back and press with my thumb. And then we can go in with that last one, pick this one up. Even although this is thin and delicate, this could be your shedless glitter card, could be your mirror card if you wanted it to be. So now there are my balloons. Let's bring these in here. So I'm just going to use my tape. Well, actually, yeah, let's go with my tape again. Also at home, many of you know that my favourite form of adhesive is the tissue tape. I use that at home. But let's bring that one in here. I'm going to just grab our tacky glue here, because although you can 100% use your dotty tape runner for this is what it was for, but because it's really, really delicate, there's a chance, Ben, that I'm just actually going to end up tearing it. If you don't have tacky glue, if you've only got something like a dotty tape runner, what you're going to do is you're just going to then hold down, Ben, and you're just going to press, and you're going to slowly manipulate that tape all the way along, just because it's so incredibly fine. Definitely worth that little bit of perseverance. But let's go in with our glue, adding that on the back. If you've got our little thin, sticky glue pens, you could use them. And what I'm also going to do, let's get that, I'm just choosing a measurement there, there we go, simply so that I can kind of get that central in that centre point. There we go, dare to dream. And then let's, before we commit to the stick, let's go there, let's go there. Maybe come down a little bit further. And then we can then go ahead and maybe like a couple of clouds. Maybe down, yes, I think that's going to be fine. So, let's...
That looks brilliant.
Really cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And like I said earlier, the papers as well are just great, aren't they? And not necessarily papers that are just set with this collection. They're so usable in lots of different patterns and colours and designs.
They really are. They just offset each of the balloon dies beautifully and perfectly, not overly powering, because with the dies, it covers that question I get asked a lot, and that is, how do you decide on where the topper of your card goes, which is usually the focal point of your card, and where does your sentiment go?
Yeah.
How do you balance them off? Well, these balloon dies, if you use them with the sentiment that streams down, then that's it. The visual, the balloon, is the focal point, which is also the sentiment as well. So you're killing two birds with one stone there. So let's press that down. This one, I am going to lift up on foam pads. I don't have my adhesive set there, so I'm just going to use our, I was about to say branded one.
Yeah.
The ones in those packs, they're exactly the same. They just don't have the logo on the back.
And the different thicknesses, aren't they, the ones in the pad? Just a question as well, because I know people might ask. So obviously, you've got your sort of square ones in there. Then you've got your round foam pads, and then your like the big adhesive sheets in there too. Do you have like particular times that you use each and every one of those? Like when would you use the round ones, for example?
So the round ones aren't ones that I tend to use a lot.
Yeah.
When I do tend to use the round ones, Ben, it's when I'm doing penny sliders.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tend to use them for things like that.
That's a good idea.
Because usually with a square foam pad, you'd roughly cut it in a circular shape.
Yeah.
Whereas your circle one's already done for you. I am very much one of those that use the sized foam pad for the job. Now, what I mean by that is you will see me take large foam pads and stick them down. A lot of people are not a big fan of like the traditional 5mm by 5mm foam pad. I still like them. They serve a purpose. They're there for any of your smaller die cuts. You can chop your bigger ones down if you want, but hey, they were invented for your smaller die cuts and that to lift them up. So why not use them? And then I'll use, of course, the larger ones for when I need the larger surface. Let's go in. And the A5 sheets that you've got, cut them, die cut them. Or if you do like your shakers, but you don't have foam on a roll.
Oh, you can cut them into...
Then just cut strips.
Strips.
And then there's your shaker, strips done. But then there we go. We've gone in now. We've created that little 5x6 card, manipulated the kite, chopped into them, changed the base of them, used the sentiment base, but then moved it along the bottom, bringing in some of those clouds there. Made it quite symmetrical because that's very much my style, but you could then ink, you could spritz a background, you could paper piece, you can do all of those different things when it comes to the balloon sentiment dies.
If you want to get the full collection as well, don't forget you can pick up the whole Showstopper collection, which is all of those fantastic dies. Love the fact that Craig's just shown you there lots of different ways to be able to use them. Just simple little things, you know, like snipping off the sentiments if you don't want them there, mix and matching those around. You know, if you just want the kites with the plain string, of course you've got that. But look at all the different designs, all the different sentiments that you've got. That adhesive kit as well, which you're getting half price when you get the Showstopper. 3 rolls of your red liner tape in the 3 different widths that we do them. You've got your adhesive razor, your finger lift tape in there. You've got your 2 sheets of A5 foam in there as well. And then of course you've got your 4x4 square sheet of round foam. And then you've also got your 3 foam pad square sheets as well. So 24x12, your 12mm by 6 and your 5x5mm. And of course this pad, this comes in the Showstopper, but feel free to pick this up individually as well and add more in, because like you can see here, it's a collection themed on balloons. You would not look at this and go, oh yeah, well I can only use this with a balloon kind of project. There are colours in here, patterns in here for all sorts of different occasions. So if you think it might be useful to you, you will get that in the Showstopper. Feel free to pick up more should you wish. $27.99 or $37.18 is the price, but remember, if you use that code, last chance to use it today, Easter Monday, Easter 10 is the code, EASTER10 will get you another 10% off your basket. A few quick comments, and I want to show you one of the Monday mega deals that we've got. Anne, this is a shout. She's just said, Craig, I bet those balloons would look spectacular cut from the new shiny papers today. Yes.
Oh, nice.
We like that. Hello, Carolyn Wilson. Hello to Crappy Stacey Lou, says, hi everyone, much love from M and Cooperman making pizzas with our new Ninja pizza oven. Oh. We had pizzas last night in our uni pizza oven. It's that time of the year where Laura gets the uni out and we have the pizzas, fire them in for 30 seconds and out they come.
Oh, nice. Do you know what I've just purchased?
An uni.
An uni?
An uni?
No, I've not, although they do look good. No, although it should probably arrive tomorrow.
Yeah.
For ages I've been wanting a Ninja slushie. But I've been waiting for it to come on QVC UK.
And you done it?
And it arrived on the website the end of last week. One of my friends, it's a producer at QVC, straight away I was messaged. I said, guess what I've just ordered? She went, I didn't even know I had it in stock yet. I was like, I do. Yeah. I did messaged. I know you were in that message as well in WhatsApp. It was like, Johnny, can I, bring it in sometimes?
Slushies all round?
And he's like, yeah.
I nearly bought a tower. What do you call them?
Air fryer.
Air fryer the other day. It was like a big double draw one I saw at, where were we? We went to Northallerton. And I was thinking, shall I, shan't I? And in the end I didn't.
Oh, but QVC had the Ninja one on again last week as a TSV.
Maybe one day. I'm very late to the party on that, aren't I?
You need an air fryer.
Tara Baldwin says, hi guys and girls, I hope you've had a lovely Easter and gained a few pounds. I mean, probably 1 or 2 eggs. Rosalind says hello again from back from my quick Costco run. And Joan Bosworth says, happy Easter everyone. Thank you so much for sacrificing your bank holiday for us, CC team, because you're worth it. Karen says, hello from Florida. I've been watching the shows while making cards, ready to focus on the show and out and comment. Stephen Nicole is in. Violet Hastings says, I love that I'm not the only one that tries to be conscious of my paper scraps. And Rosalind says, I'm saving this video just for the awesome samples. Jane loves the project, as does Pamela. And Louise Burton, I've got a question which I'll fire at Craig in just a second. Just wanted to show you one of the brilliant Monday mega deals that we've got. Can't even say it, it's so great. The Metallic Centura Pearl collection that we've got. £8 this is if you're a Platinum member, but remember it's not, because you're going to use your code Easter 10 and get another 80 pence off that. So £7.20, another $1.44 coming off that Platinum price if you're in the US. You're getting 40 sheets of our amazing Metallic Centura Pearl here. It should be $15.96. So I mean, well, if you use the code, it is a better than half price deal. 310 GSM, you're getting 10 in that beautiful pale silver. You're getting 10 in your green gold, 10 in your you said Cooper then, I've got Cooper on the brain. That's definitely copper. And then lastly is the beautiful bronze. Lovely that we've got some Centura Pearl back on these shows, and then the Centura Metallic as well. Really is stunning. 40 sheets for £8 Platinum. As I say, use that code, you get that extra 10% off. Really does make that a fantastic deal. Monday mega deals though, only available for you over the course of the 24 hours. So basically come midnight tonight, that deal will be off. Violet Rose has a question. What is the best GSM for the base of a card so it doesn't fall over from weight, says Violet?
So, it's kind of 2 caveats to that one there. I would say, me personally, really simple, I say 300 GSM.
Right.
To keep it really simple. You can kind of go a little bit in the opposite direction. You can, we would say like 250. You can go 250 onwards, and then of course you can go as thick as you want, but of course the thicker it is, the more weight in that actually adds to the card blank. A lot of people out there would say round about that 250 mark, 260 mark. Yep, absolutely. For me, just to keep it really simple, Ben, I always just think of 300 GSM. Mm-hmm. Now, whereas I was saying there a moment ago, when it comes to the weight, yes, it's about the card blank, but for instance, within this one we've just done here, you can see it's a normal opening card. If I had a lot of weight to it, what can happen is that can then tip over. Now, if you want to have height, if you want to have weight, and you find your cards are falling over, what to do, and I actually do it quite a lot, is instead of having a kind of traditional opening card, make it a tentfold card. Because what happens then is you've got that strength and that structure. So it doesn't matter how much weight you've got on the front, that ain't going to tip over, whereas there is a very high chance with a lot of weight on the front, that's going to tip over that way. So for me, and this is just me personally, keeping it really simple, I just think card blanche round about that 300 GSM, But if you're adding a lot of weight or dimension on the front of the card, maybe consider doing a tentfold card to stop it from falling over.
Thank you, Craig. There you go, but hopefully that helps. Eileen, welcome back. You say, I'm glad to be out of the hospital and able to watch the shows again with you. Complications from COVID. Well, sorry to hear that, Eileen, but we are so pleased that you're back with us. Thank you, everyone who's saying I should get an air fryer. Rhonda says, my oven is an air fryer. I've just done a chicken curry in my Ninja multi-cooker, says Janice. And Karen says, get an air fryer. They are awesome.
They are, telling you. The only time I use my actual oven is if I'm cooking a big pizza, because it doesn't fit a big pizza.
Do you do your Sunday roast in a Ninja air fryer?
Everything. Absolutely everything.
Fish and chips?
I cook in it, I bake in it,
Fish and chips?
air fry in it, absolutely. Yeah.
Burger and chips?
Everything.
Spag bowl?
Everything.
Pasta? You do pasta in it?
I've not. Pasta and stuff like that you tend to do on the hob, I'll still do on the hob. But yeah, I've got the Ninja air fryer, and the recipe book shows you, tells you how you do your pastas and stuff like that.
Scrambled egg?
Well, I don't see why not.
Soup?
Be realistic. Obviously, you probably can. If it's something you tend to do on the hob, I'll try to just do it on the hob.
Can you cook enough for a family of 4, though?
Well, it depends on the size that you've got. If you've got the double one or the big one,
you could.
Yeah. Yep.
Whilst I mull over the thought of maybe getting an air fryer, let's go for a quick break. Opportunity for you to get checked out. Remember, this is the last about an hour and 20 we've got left of you being able to use your code in a live show. So have a think what you want to use it on. Remember, it's multiple use as well, by the way, and we'll meet you back here. I think we can do some tea and coffee after the break. Oh, we'll have a bit of tea and coffee waiting for you when we get back. Oh, he's off to the kitchen.
Hello, my name is Christine Mahoney. I love Crafters TV for so many reasons. Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects. That's what sells me on buying the products, because they show us how to use them. I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course, and everyone involved in Crafters TV and Crafters Companion. And of course, the interaction with all of the people that write in. I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much. So, cheers to my favorite crafting company of all time. You bring me such joy, like the taste of this fine red wine. The products, the people, and Crafters TV bring me joy, make me happy, and you're all family to me. I love you all so very much. Now let's all stay in touch. Cheers.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do if I tell a joke or two. No one knows how hard I try. Oh, I have jokes, sometimes I must explain. It's driving me insane. They might groan and they might sigh, but I'll keep trying. I'm that guy, 'cause I'm just Ben. I think my jokes are all a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of average comedy? I'm just Ben, so many puns there is no end. What will it take for you to see the gags I tell? Crap it just for you. Joke and to hear the crowd laugh. Is it a crime? Am I not funny? Am I not good enough? On Friday Night Live, is this my moment here? Or am I dreaming? I'm no dreamer. I'm just Ben. Anywhere else my jokes attend. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of average comedy? I'm just Ben. I see a joke, but that's my friend. What will it take for you to see the man behind the tan and laugh at me? I'm just Ben, and I'm enough. And sometimes I do crafty stuff. So hey, check me out. Yeah, I'm just Ben. My name's Ben, and so am I. Look that manly handy man. So hey, well, check me out. Yeah, I'm just Ben. Maybe I'm just Ben.
Welcome back. There you go, a bit of musical interlude there. If you've not seen the Barbie movie, that means nothing to you. Susie says, I love this song. Cannot wait for Leanne's video. The song's done. I'm just waiting for her to film it. It won't be till May now. Like, she pestered me for, like, literally every time she done the song. Done the song. I was like, no, I haven't done it. Oh, I ain't done the song. I've done the song. Done the song. Right. When can we film it? Oh, next week. Didn't do it. When we get it? Next week. Didn't do it. And now it's May because she's off to China, isn't she? So, and that one's a cracker. So we'll have to wait for her. Ben, the Crafting Divas have made another video recently, says Karen Fisher. Do you know what, Karen? I think I might have just heard a little bit of it because Liam is just out in the corridor there and I think he's received it. Oh, I've got it, have I? Oh, I've got it. Oh. So I do know of that, and I've just been told I've been sent it on email, so I shall have a listen later on. I'm excited about that. Comments coming through. We had a leg of lamb for Easter, says Anne. I'm going to try making an actual shepherd's pie with some of the leftovers. Stephanie says, I made chicken parmesan with capellini and salad for Easter dinner. Not cooking today. And Karen says, Craig, I like the tip you told us here a while back about using thin paper or cardstock and gluing it to heavy cardstock when needed. Yeah, yeah, it's a good one. And Louise says, went to make a cup of tea and I've come back to the Twilight Zone. I mean, you're not wrong. Cute song and good action, says Janice. It's his dance moves, seriously. And Jane Adams' nightly joke, hey Ben, what kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
I don't know, Ben. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
A physician. Fizz.
I don't like Dr. Pepper.
No. I'm not massively
No.
fussed. It's what's the taste of it? It's like oh, not almonds, is it? I know what I mean. It's thank you, marzipan.
We've got a studio audience.
Yeah. Marzipan.
Years ago, when I was the trade manager for the co-op, and one of the Coca-Cola reps had come in, and we were just chatting away and what have you, and we were on about taste. And I was like, yes, like if say to you, what does Coca-Cola taste like? And what does it taste like? And she's like, well, it doesn't taste of anything. It's Coca-Cola. I was like, yeah, but if you were to describe, what would you say it tastes like? You just said. She says, well, it doesn't. It's its own unique taste. It's Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is, what would you, if someone said to you, oh, I don't know if I would like that, how would you describe it? And she was like, Coca-Cola. I was like, oh, I give up now. I give up. Keeping in mind, it wasn't 3 times I asked her. This went on for maybe about 6, 7 times. I was like, yeah, but what does it taste like? Yeah.
That's a very difficult one to describe, though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Can someone describe? Maybe in the comments, tell us, what does Coca-Cola taste like? Or Pepsi? Because Pepsi tastes different to Coca-Cola, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
But but what's the taste?
It's like when if I go in, depends the mood if I'm in. If I'm in a tired mood, I may do this, and I'll go like, oh yeah, hi there. I was like, can I get a Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola, please. And they'll go, is Pepsi okay? And sometimes if I'm in a mood, I'll go, well, if I want a Pepsi, I would ask for Pepsi. Most of the time, I'll just say if that's all you've got. But if I am, that's why I'm bad, Nicola. Yeah. I always, well, if I wanted Pepsi, I would ask for Pepsi. Thankfully, I've not kind of like done.
What would they do if you turned around and went no? Like if they said to you, "Oh, is Pepsi okay?" and you went, "No." What would they do?
Yeah, exactly. What would they do? What would they do?
My favourite one, I've told you this before, and I do this now and again, and it gets blank looks, but it makes me laugh, is if you ever order a big round of drinks at a bar, right? And the person behind the bar goes, "Would you like a tray with that?" You say, "Don't you think I've got enough to carry?" And I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
And it always like draws a blank expression.
Yeah. But again, it goes down into retail as well, isn't it? You know, some retail stores at the moment are quite stingy with the bags, and you have to actually find them. Can I have a bag, please? You know, can I have a bag, please? But if you're actually at a Telltale, which I've not been to years, I just use the self-service. But if you've got like loads and loads of things and a scan them, beep, 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 you get to the end with quite a few things like, "Would you like a bag?" And you're like, "No, I'll carry them on my head."
Maybe this is like a new feature we can do on our socials, yeah?
Yeah.
Out and about with Ben and Craig.
Let's do that, yeah. That would be good. Would you like to see it? Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Let's make the last hour in 10 minutes really interactive. Is there any that you don't like? Sorry, Ben, but you know, Ben's like that with the tray of drinks. I'm like that with the carrier bags. Is there any at home that you guys think the same?
Yeah. Let us know. We've already got comments coming through of Susie says it sounds like grumpy old men. We've got comments coming through of how people would describe Coke and Pepsi, so we'll chat about those as we go through the next collection, which is the tea and coffee collection. Now, what we've done here is we've broken it down into 2 bundles for you, so you can get the tea and coffee essentials, or you can just get the coffee set, or just the tea set. Now, in the 6-piece coffee set, you have the following. You are going to get your coffee o'clock sentiments. So much fun this, and this was so popular when we launched it just a few weeks back because, you know, generally you'll know someone who loves a tea or a coffee or both. In this instance, I'm a coffee man. Over there, you got a tea man.
He's a tea man.
Tea man. And then here you've got things like it's coffee o'clock, coffee lover, coffee to go.
He's a coffee lover.
Coffee because adulting is hard. True dat. Life happens, coffee helps, and I love you a latte. I love you a latte. Talking of lattes, we've got this amazing embossing folder, which is called Thanks a Latte. How cool is that? To like emboss out the detail of the funny little thing that they do on top of your latte.
That's a work of art when you actually see them do them in a coffee shop.
Yeah, they do like all sorts of different ones, don't they?
Yeah, like love hearts and yeah.
Can you request when you've got a coffee? I would like a coffee, please. A coffee, please, with my face imprinted onto the top. Thank you.
What could I have?
Yes.
Although you do get is it the in some of the pubs are at the Guinness. The Guinness.
Oh, they do the little 4-leaf clover, don't they?
Or you can get custom images in the pub.
Shut up.
No.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I think coffee shops need to start doing that with lattes as well. Then there's
What you could do.
What?
Not for you.
No.
But for me, I could go up, get one, and I could say to them, "Could you just put my mobile number on it?"
Yeah.
So then I could put my mobile number, and then I can go give it to like one of the girls that I've seen just sitting having a coffee on her own.
And go, "Hey, have a coffee."
Yeah.
And my number.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, that.
Should probably spin the mobile number off.
Yeah, and chuck it back in your face. Thanks for the coffee, don't want your number. Sweet treat dies in here. So you've got donuts. Donuts. You've got cupcakes, croissants, and also your pretzels. Coffee to go, so you've got all those cute little elements there to build up your own little coffee cup. So you've got sort of like traditional coffee cup. You've got your coffee with the, or it could be a hot chocolate, I suppose, really. And that one there with the smoothies. And then this here is your coffee break, which has your 3 different dies with the different types of coffee pot, including, if you're very posh, the cafetiere. So that is £28 or $36 except it's not, is it? Because you're going to use your code, £2.80 off that, $3.60 coming off that if you use Easter 10. And then we go to the tea collezione, which is all of these fantastic elements. Again, all of your tea sentiments. So tea for two, things in here like, but first tea, life begins after tea, let's do cake. Let's get this party started, and tea makes everything better. Then what's super cute about this set is you get all the little tea characters in stamp form as well. So you've got this little cute little cup and saucer, just do it. Motivation, be magnificent. This one at the top says, sausage in the bag. What does that say? Snooze up in the... What does that say? Snooze is in the bag. I don't know what that one says. That one says you are strong. What does it say, that one?
What one? You...
The top one there.
Oh. Success is in the bag.
Oh, success is in the bag. I was close with sausages in the bag. Sausages. So, let's go with that.
No.
Oh, no. Sausages in the bag.
Sausages.
Sausages. Milk every opportunity, and also try your best. Tea time is your teapot, it is your milk jug, it's your tea bag, it's your lemon if you like a little squeeze of lemon, and your sugar bowl. You've also got your tea party dies included in this bundle as well, and sausages in the bag. That's going to be my new phrase for life.
You know what you need to do?
Yeah.
See, tonight, with that dog that's staying with you,
Yeah.
it's just constantly barking, just go up to it and go, sausages.
Sausages. Lastly is this little set which is called green tea. So you've got another mug and some florals there, and these handy little frames in there as well. So you can cut out those really handy frames, or indeed you've got all of your different sizes of oval mats and layers as well. You will also get in this collection your sweet treats. So that comes in both of the sets. So entirely up to you. Maybe go for them both, whatever you want to do. But, you know, tea lovers, coffee lovers, a set that you will use a lot, I'm sure. Few quick comments, and we'll get onto a demo with these. So, on the subject of Coke, Coca-Cola is like caramel, says D. Shah, the original taste.
Okay.
The original Dr. Pepper had prunes in it, says Jane Adams. I don't know if it still does. Keep you regular. Stephanie says, Pepsi is like poison next to Coke. I don't like normal Pepsi, but I'll have a Pepsi Max or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you prefer? I say I don't like normal Coke. I can't drink... if I was having a Coke, it'd have to be a Diet Coke.
Right, okay.
I find normal Coke too...
Sweet.
Yeah. Got a funny taste. Can't describe the taste.
Sweet caramel. Sweet caramel.
Ba, ba, ba.
Me and Nicola just...
FYI, says Fred, Dr. Pepper uses the flavour of prune juice, Coke uses a caramel base, and Pepsi uses a lemon lime base and colours it brown. So there you go.
I can't believe that happened. Exact same second.
You know what I say to that? Sausages in the bag. When you say sausages in the bag, it just means like, well done, like, good work. Sausages in the bag.
Does it really?
No, I just made it up because it was on the sentiment. That's what I'm going with.
We've got 1 hour to go. It's all falling apart.
We managed 4 hours, Craig.
We've done so well today, so well.
Just remember that when someone nails something from now on, go, well done, the sausage is in the bag. Victoria says, ordering a Coke, is Pepsi okay? Answer is Monopoly money okay? I only ever have Pepsi if there's absolutely nothing else.
That's good.
We like that. Julie Palmer says, I went to a village fete, it was £1 to go. The woman said, you win half the bucket. She didn't think it was funny when I said, what am I going to do with half a bucket? Yes, that's the kind of thing we're after, Julie. And Michael says, Coca-Cola tastes like caramel with a hint of nutmeg, cinnamon and vanilla, methinks. That's a good
explanation of the flavour.
It is National Tea Day today, Alison. Can't tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi, but hubby won't drink anything but Coke, says Eileen. And Hold It Together says it's just for another 1 hour, just one more hour. All right, let's see if Craig can do a demo so good here that at the end I'll go, Craig, the sausage is in the bag. Let's find out.
Well, I'm not actually going to do a full demo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one that Lilly has done. And the reason I'm bringing this, what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm going to replicate the background because this is a faux embossed background. It's as if it looks as though it's been an embossing folder, but it's not. It is a selection of whatever dies that you want to use.
Yes.
And I just think it's a well laid out card that Lily's done, and I just love that detail in the back. Every now and again, it is a question. If we show a finished sample, it's one that maybe you guys will throw back and go, oh, can you show that such and such one again? How did you do the background? And the faux embossed background tends to be the one that captures your eye. So what I'm going to do is I've taken a piece of just white card and I've cut it down into 5x5. Now you can do this with any colour cardstock. It's just whatever your cardstock is, that's what you're also going to cut your card into.
Yeah.
So if I go in with a nice selection, I mean, I can go in with the teacup there. I'm going to go in with that little love heart. I'm kind of just looking at the ones that Lily's used. She's also gone in with the tea bag in there. And I think that's pretty much, you know, of course you can add whatever you want. Let's add that in just to show that you can add whatever you like. And let's go in with some cardstock. What I would say, referring back to what I said there a moment ago, whatever the base card is, make sure it's the same card you're cutting into. What I mean by that is, make sure it's the same range of white cardstock.
Yes.
If you have got that as a white card, and then what you're cutting into is maybe from a different batch of card, and you kind of notice that the colour's a little bit different, it's got a little bit of a different shade, doesn't always quite work the same. So just make sure that you're cutting into the same batch of cardstock, and then that's when you're going to get that really cool effect of that faux emboss. So these bits here I'm cutting into are just trimmed down from that piece there. So let's just go in, and we're going to go in and die cut these. An easy way to do these is pop your double-sided adhesive sheets on the back, and then you can just peel the backing off, creating your own little sticker. So that's an easy way. Or this is when you'll come in with your tacky glue, come along with your dotty tape runner, maybe your adhesive spray, all those different things that you can be doing. So I've taken the white card, and then these dies that I'm die cutting now, Ben, I'm just going to cut a nice little selection of all of these 4 die cuts before we actually attach them to the back.
Thank you everyone, by the way, for all the pictures being sent in. I will show these after Craig's demo. My goodness me, some amazing craft room pictures. Jane says, I'm dying. I started some craziness over a joke and I can't stop laughing. Sweet caramel, ha, ha, ha. Oh dear.
So good. Just loved that.
Jane says, I like cherry Dr. Pepper. I didn't even realise they had different flavours of Dr. Pepper.
No, I didn't either.
I thought it was just Dr. Pepper, but maybe that's a US thing. Tastes more like cherry. I don't think I've ever eaten a prune, you say. And Elaine says, if they ever ask about bags in the store, say no, I'll just take home the cart. People do that, don't they? Take the trolley away.
Yeah, do you see them ditched every...
I know, people are awful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where was I recently and there was like a trolley just like randomly like chucked by the side of a river? People just go and do... No, but they... Yeah, they do, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they really do.
People just chuck like trolleys into the river. Oh, was I in Thornaby? No, I wasn't.
I know some of the supermarkets, I think Tesco's one, that kind of has like an automatic stopper on them.
Oh, like if you go out of the bounds?
So if you go so far out of the car park,
The wheel stop turning?
the wheel stop turning, yeah.
Because I think it doesn't stop them in Thornaby apparently. Because they do the pounds as well now, don't they, to make sure that you bring your trolley back. But I don't think that stops anyone. Because I mean, £1 for a trolley is quite a good deal, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get your little free tokeny things now. That's what I use, to be honest. Yeah.
Have you tried these different things, Sam? Have you been trying? Oh, as a kid? Sam's the one in Thornaby
Who's
has been dumping the trolleys.
Sam? Cherry Dr Pepper is the best currently available in a UK store near you, says Julie Statham. Well, I never did. Need to get up on me Dr Peppers.
Say, I actually have seen it. It's more and more lately. You know, like the cinema or maybe like Harvester or that. You know, where you go to the drinks machine.
Oh yeah.
And it's like have your selection. You go into Fanta and then there's like 106 all these different Fantas. Oh yeah, you should see some of the machines now. There's like hundreds of flavoured options. Honestly,
Really?
Hundreds.
Oh, so I know, yes, like strawberry Fanta and
but you could get like
tropical Fanta.
strawberry and kiwi Fanta and yeah, it's crazy the amount that you get.
Oh, I never did.
Really is crazy. I just always stick to my full fat Coke.
There are loads of different flavours of Dr Pepper, says Joanne Bosworth in the UK. Biggest one at the moment is Cherry Crush. Dr Pepper, it's amazing. What was their slogan? Dr Pepper, what's the worst that can happen? Isn't it? Dr Pepper, what's the worst that could happen?
You know what I always wonder as well is obviously the energy drink, the one that says gives you wings.
Oh yeah.
How have they not been sued?
What, because it doesn't?
Because it doesn't actually give you it doesn't say on the adverts at the bottom, does not actually give you wings.
Wow.
The advert for years has clearly stated that it gives you wings.
That's like that, I watched quite a while back now. What's it called? It's on Netflix. It might not be there anymore. That documentary, and it's called something like Pepsi, Where's My Fighter Jet? Did you see that?
Yeah.
And they did this advert back along in the 80s where they were basically saying if you collected cans of Pepsi or like the lids off bottles of Pepsi, you know, collect 100 and you can win, I don't know, you can have a cap, for example.
Yeah.
Collect 500, you can get a jacket. And then at the end of the advert, like they had this kid landing in this fighter jet. It was like, collect like 1 million and there's a fighter jet. And they didn't put any like T's or C's on the advert saying like, oh, this is obviously not true, and these guys went out of their way to collect the
remember that
enough of the things. It's not called. It's called something like that.
it's something like substantial, isn't it?
Pepsi, Where's My Jet? Yeah, watch it. It's incredible. It is incredible.
Fascinating, isn't
Did
it?
they or did they not get their jet in the end? Watch the show to find out. Very good. Very good.
Might re-watch that actually because it was fascinating, Ben. Enjoyed that.
I believe Coke was originally made for medicinal purposes back in the day, says Stephanie. And Anne says they never bring trolleys back. I used to work at a supermarket and they paid one of the department managers to go around with his pickup truck on weekends to retrieve stray carts.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to be very careful what I say here, but didn't Coca-Cola originally have its namesake in it?
Yes.
Yeah. I think the name, I believe, stems from what I originally had.
True.
In it.
Cara Cox says, I'm loving all the ideas today. Are the watercolour waves papers available? Cara, they are not, unfortunately. They sold out in record time. We had over 500 of them. They sold out within 40 minutes of the launch. So, unfortunately, they're not here. Will we get them back in? I don't know. We don't make those decisions, but I suppose if demand is great enough, maybe send in a few emails. It has happened before, so have a bit of a think. And just whilst we've been chatting as well, so you've literally just die cut loads of the elements here, and you're creating that faux embossed background, aren't you?
I am, yeah. What I'd done beforehand, I kind of pre-planned it by popping them all into position to start with, just so I can get a rough idea as to where I want it positioned. And then I'm going in, and you can see I am going to be using my actual tacky glue.
Yeah.
So just popping it into position. I'm going one way, I'm going the other way, like I do when it comes to stamping with my backgrounds. If you can, try and add your die cuts off the page and then we trim it afterwards. It just makes it a little bit more kind of organic flowing.
Yeah.
In the fact of, instead of having all of these bits perfectly neat within that 5x5 block, if you can get into the habit of stamping off the edge or putting your die cuts off the edge, just means when we come to trim it, it just looks that little bit more pleasing on the eye. And that's all that I am doing. I'm just going in and creating that faux embossed background. So in essence, what we are doing, we are creating our own emboss folder background, but without an actual embossing folder.
Crafty CCD says, question for Craig, I will make you a snow globe cup for your slushy machine.
Nice.
What colour glitters do you want?
Ooh, well, I do love my teals, my mints, duck egg blues. That's good. I like teal and pink. That's
Teal
a
and
good
pink?
combo. Teal and pink.
Okay.
Or teal and pink, mint and pink, turquoise and pink.
When's that coming, you say?
Well, I got an email from QVC today saying it is now at the delivery depot, i.e. the local delivery depot. So probably, they're obviously not delivering local drivers. They're obviously not delivering today.
So
I would have thought it'd be tomorrow.
tomorrow or Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, yep.
And then slushies all around, yeah?
Slushies, maybe I could bring it in Friday, couldn't I?
Yes.
Gives me a time to...
We could have slushies on Friday Night Live. Slushy party.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
The game could be work out the flavour of the slushy.
Yeah. So I think you switch the slushy machine on, you put your juice in. I think it takes about 20 minutes for the barrel to kind of slush up. So I'm not sure
Right.
how it would be able to do so many. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone at Ninja or QVC UK are watching and would like to gift us another 10 Ninja slushy machines, we'll put them all on show for product placement for people to see, and we will use it as Friday night live game. We could have Coca-Cola in one,
Yes.
Dr. Pepper in another,
Yes.
Iron Brew.
Oh, could we have dandelion and burdock in one?
Yeah, of course we can. I've never tried
love
it, but
dandelion and
yeah.
burdock. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys up here, like, so back down south, like dandelion and burdock was a treat. I remember how old was I? I don't know, 8 or 9, and we got the first, what they called soda stream machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember the old ones? Yeah, you press a little
Yeah.
and we used to have the dandelion and burdock flavour, and taste sensation basically. And you could never like buy bottles of it down south for whatever reason. Come up here, it's a proper northern thing, isn't it? Dandelion and burdock. Sell it in my local spa shop, so whenever I go in there, to get bread and milk or whatever, always get myself a nice little bottle of dandelion and burdock.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a taste sensation.
Yeah, it's not easily found in Scotland.
Oh, they love it up north.
I'd never heard of it until, it was the mid-90s, the comedy The Royal Family.
Oh yeah, have they had it in that, did they?
And there's an episode where it's series, I think it's series 3, episode 2, episode 3, where Nana's friend passes away. It's a comedy, by the way, if you didn't know. And they all decide to have chippies. and they're all deciding what they're going to have for the chippy tea. And Dave is like, and can I have a tin of, and Denise goes, Coke. She's like, no. A tin of, she goes, Fanta. He's like, no. A tin of, and this scene goes on for about a minute and a bit. And then he goes, tin of, and she goes, dandelion and burdock. He goes, yeah, can I have a tin of dandelion? And I was always like, what is that? So it's a drink.
It is beautiful is what it is.
What, does it taste like dandelions?
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people say tastes like sarsaparilla. What does sarsaparilla taste like? Dandelion and burdock. It's a lovely taste.
Yeah.
A few quick questions coming through. Are the sentiment banner dies coming back? Asked Michelle. We don't know.
Sentiment banner dies. Try to
Those,
oh yeah, I know what ones you're. I think they launched when I was off.
Anne's asking, back to machines here. Is your machine different from the Ninja Creamy machine?
Yeah, so this is a specific Ninja slushy machine. So it makes like slushy drinks. So it is different from the creamy machine. I think it can do things like the creamy machine, but the creamy machine doesn't do slush drinks.
Right.
It's which I remember. Slush puppies.
Oh yeah.
Loved slush puppies. Loved them. But there we go. So what we've now done
Cute.
is we've taken our white card. Again, if you use black, just make sure it's all black. If you use coloured, it's all that same colour. But that is as if it's come out of an embossed folder, which then what you can do is what Lilly has done there, is then you can use that the base to start building up your card and your project. But the biggest bit of advice I could give you is see how natural that looks, Ben. Now it's off the page, and I've just chopped off the page there instead of actually kind of holding it and framing it all within that 5x5 layer. But that, for anyone that's ever wondered how you do that, really, really simple. Lay it down, find the layout that you like, and then commit to the stick.
There's a question that's just come through as well, and then we'll have a look at some of your pictures from Stephanie. She says she's got a question about the 8-inch album spine. Do you put a page on each side of the spokes or only one?
Personally, I would do it on each of them. For what that's then going to do is that's going to create extra strength and rigidity down the spine.
And Margaret says, Craig, the wedding is off. I love Dr. Pepper.
What wedding?
Your wedding to Margaret.
Oh, my wedding to Margaret. Oh.
Yeah. And here's something, Jane, thank you for this. And I've just Googled this. She said, Craig, they had to change the name to Wings, as in Red Bull gives you wings, WIIIINGS, because someone tried to sue, and I've just Googled it. Apparently back in 2013, a man sued Red Bull over its slogan, Red Bull gives you wings, INGS, alleging it did not. Red Bull paid a $13 million settlement, and it now says Red Bull gives you wings.
Right. Wow.
Why did nobody else think? Why did we not think to do that?
I did not. Is there any other brands that we can try and trip?
Is there any other brands that we can try and sue?
Yeah.
Let's have a think. Yeah. We'll have a think and a break in a minute. Yeah, good idea. Hi, Victoria says, if you like Dandelion and Burdock, then you should like Dr. Pepper as well. Are they? Is there Dr. Pepper in the machine? Maybe I should go and... I haven't had a Dr. Pepper for years. Maybe I should try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Could happen. Yeah, but could I not incorporate something like that on Friday Night Live? Like Coca-Cola, Iron Brew, Dandelion and Burdock, Dr. Pepper.
Try all the different drinks.
Yeah. Whether it's they're in cups, but we can't see them, Ben.
Have you seen that? Right, so Craig, we filmed some bits in the break, which you'll definitely want to watch. It'll be going up on our various pages. But there's another Insta thing that I've seen where, exactly what you said, families line up drinks behind like a screen that they can't see, and then there's just straws coming out of them, and they've got like, there'll be Coke, lemonade, Dandelion and Burdock or whatever, and then there'll be like 2 or 3 funny ones. Like there'll be one which would be like,
chili sauce.
Chili sauce or like mayonnaise or something like that. Maybe we should do that for a fun game.
I'm up for it.
Do it on the social media stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want to see that?
Yeah, well, we're on a roll. We filmed something earlier on, didn't we? We all took part
Yeah.
Something that I actually edited in the break. I'm going to put it out tonight on our socials.
Okay. Look out for that. It's very, very funny. Dandelion Burdock was my favourite. It's in some shops in the West Midlands, says Alexandra. And Carol D says, hello, happy Monday makers. I haven't been live watching in ages. I should be finishing up on the clear up of the Easter celebration, but I'm taking me a Craig and Ben break instead. Well, thank you, Carol D.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Such a great idea, Craig, on that project, says Jane. Dandelion wine is really good too, says Jan. And Tracy says, my dog Dusty likes to eat dandelions. Apparently, even the roots are good for them. Pictures. Oh, where to even start here? There's blooming loads of the things. Now, Corinne Collins. Corinne. So, I mean, there's multiple pictures. Oh, hello. Oh, man. There's multiple pictures here of Corinne's craft space. Basically, if you missed on the last show, we were asking for pictures of your craft room. So that's picture 1. Picture 2. Oh, my goodness me. I love your little sign there. My happy place.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's massive. Like, hang on, next picture. Oh yeah, it looks a bit. Is that like a little? It's like a little like cubby hole there. Like Is it like a loft conversion?
It's like
almost?
being in a loft of that. Look at all the Centura pearls she's got. Say 3, isn't it?
A couple of machines I can see there as well. Oh, I mean, look at this organisation. Hello.
That to me is beautiful.
It's heaven.
It's heaven.
Is there another one? Oh yes, there is. So, looks like all of the craft kits, Year of Crafts, and the little. What were they? The
Craft clubs.
craft clubs. Thank you. Yeah, craft kits, craft clubs, and Year of Craft there.
Heaven is a place on earth.
Thank you, Corinne. I mean, that is brilliant. Next up. Oh, hang on. Jen Shank. There is a real concern about my floor caving in. There's a lot of weight, but I love my craft room. My husband made all 3 of my desks and shelves. The paper wall is Kallax unit, says Jen Shank. I mean, my goodness me. Look at. Oh, you've got a little blue Gemini Junior there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is good.
That is good.
That is good.
Some would say sausage is in the bag, wouldn't they? Where's that blue Gemini from?
She must be America, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember a few years ago, so there was like a teal one, there was a blue one, pink one, black one, silver one.
Is that?
Oh, undo typing.
Is that still?
Yeah.
Jane,
That's a big
Jen's?
sign you have in your craft room saying undo typing.
Oh yeah, little picture.
Oh,
of Leanne
and
there
us,
as well.
look.
Oh yeah, there we
We're
are.
right in the middle.
Just
There we are.
hello.
Hello. With our signatures.
Oh, that's Bob Ross.
Oh, is that a bobblehead, Bob Ross?
I think it is. We should do bobbleheads here.
we should. We should.
Would you buy some bobbleheads? And is this still Jen's picture?
Christmas tree decorations. Us as a bobblehead. Wow.
It's like a. I mean,
That is, oh man alive.
so well organised, isn't it?
It is. That's organised chaos.
Oh, those are the shelves that her husband built. I see. My goodness me. I understand why you're having a bit of a worry now as well, thinking like your floor's strong enough. And this next picture, again, organisation a go-go.
I'm in love.
He's in love with your organisation.
For me, that's like date night. Just sitting there and have a meal.
Sit there and have a meal.
And just look at the surroundings. A little bit of Celine Dion in the background. Yeah.
And this is Diana Harrison, who said, I had this cross tree built last July. It was a dining room kitchen. My garage is also full of craft stuff, but these are the things I use all the time. Oh, there's quite a few pictures here as well from Diana. So that's the first picture. I've really enjoyed today looking in your craft
So have I.
rooms. Nosy, nosy, nosy.
Really,
That's
what a
the first.
nice big creative space you've got.
Oh, that's a picture from, and that's just a picture from the other side. Hello from the other side. And then there's another picture here. I mean, again, Craig's going to love this. Oh, all of your Folders here. Oh, actually, are those folders or are they? Yes, they are. All the folders here, you've numbered up. I absolutely love that. Look down the bottom. The large stamp and die storage folders, they've all numbered.
It's incredible. You know what's been great to see as well? Everyone's different stage of journey.
Yeah.
Whether you've started for a couple of years, whether you've been crafting for 10 years, 20 years, whether you like organised chaos, whether you just like chaos, whether you like organisation. It's just, and it's one of those things, whether it's neat, whether it's tidy, whether it's organised, whether it's chaos, whatever it is, I bet you, like me, you know where every single item is.
That is, hey, we should do that as a game one time. Right, if we ever get the Gremlins off and we can get people back on, like, what was it we used, Skype, we could have 2 people up, right, against each other, and we could go, right, in 3 seconds, I want you to go and fetch a such and such, and we could have like a little game show within the craft rooms.
Or what they could do, so who's sent that picture?
This is Rosalind's we're going to have a look at next.
So Rosalind could be there live in the video, and then what we could say is, right, we're going to cut away back to us. Rosalind, go and take one thing and hide it.
And we have to say what it was.
Come back and we have to, like, see what item is missing.
I love these ideas.
That would be good.
That would be fun.
That would be good, yeah.
Leave it with us. We just need to get the technology fixed and then we'll be good to go. I think Liam...
Lots of plans for Liam.
Yeah. This is Rosalind's anyway. Final few pictures and then we will have a break. So there's picture 1 for Rosalind. It is very nice in blue. And I also love this picture here, which is beautifully decorated. Look at the wall art there.
Stunning.
It's cute, isn't it?
What a beautiful kind of little...
Crafty haven.
Wording.
Thanks, Rosalind. Oh, and there's more. Is this Rosalind as well?
Every one of them. I know all of them have been different in different ways, but I've loved seeing every one. I could imagine myself being in every single one, crafting away.
Might have to do a little post on our socials for all of your craft rooms later on, because that is brilliant. The BobbleHeads would sell out quicker than the stamps did, says Rosalind. Maybe birthday? Cynthia says, I have a blue Gemini Junior from HSN. I have the rose gold Gemini. I remember those, Laurie, I remember those. Beautiful rooms, everyone, says Jane. And Carol says, these are amazing craft rooms. They are great. Right, we are going to take a break, give you a chance to check out your tea and or coffee essentials. And when we come back, I guess we'll have time to squeeze in one quick little demo, and then that will be your Bank Holiday Monday done and dusted. So maybe go and grab a cup of tea or coffee and meet us back here in about 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. And we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere.
From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Archer, Jackwell Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mapleton, San Jose, Enniscorp, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheepshead Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwell, Barnsley, Tide, Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Pillar, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Elsmere, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Hooster, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fintana. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinebeck, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic's and Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Rampart City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Lafayette, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hertville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Manningham, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the pictures. My room is very much organised chaos, says Jen Shank, but I'm with you, Craig. I know where everything is. My problem is that even though it's organised, says Eileen, there's so much I can't remember that I have. And Evelyn Keefer says, I'm impressed by all that organisation. Has anyone ever ordered something again because they didn't think that they had it and then got the thing home and then found the thing that they'd bought previously? Has that ever happened to anybody? I would imagine it probably has done. But when I see some of those craft rooms, you must have reordered something and then gone, oh yeah, I totally forgot that I bought that. So many organised craft rooms, says Mary Beth. Wow. Victoria says, I like the game show idea where we have to find certain things in the time frame and bring live guests back onto the craft-alongs. We are keen to do that, but as I say, it's all down to kind of technicalities and technical things at the minute. But when we can, I'm sure that we probably will. Right, let us have a look at the Ric Rac dies. Now, today's launch sold out like that. We had the Ric Rac dies along with the beautiful watercolour waves pad. Absolutely stunning was that. I won't talk about it too much more because it sold out in under 40 minutes. However, the good news is you can still get your Ric Rac edgeable dies, and well, you can get them for £16 or $20.80 if you're a platinum member. What's also brilliant, of course, today is that you can use that code. It's the last live 25 minutes of your Monday. So if you see anything in this show, like these, for example, you think, oh, I quite like those. Easter 10 is the code that you need to go for. type that in at checkout and you can have another £1.60 or $2.08 off the price on your screen. And you've got so many different dies in here. Go back and watch the launch show and indeed Wake Up Call from earlier on. Craig has done some fantastic demos today. And also, if we get a chance, I know he probably will, he'll show you some of the finished samples because, you know, you look at these on boards and whilst it gives you an idea of the different shapes and things that you've got as far as the dies are concerned, it's always so much better to see them on project. Scalloped edge dies in here. This one is your single scalloped edge. You've got like multi sort of cuts here, and then this one, which I think is beautiful for you to be able to perhaps do a bit of threading with. And then you've got all of your zigzags in there too. Fun demo from Wake Up Call this morning where Craig multi-cut this and used it to create a really cool, chicken project. Sorry, I'm laughing because, right, so just a quick one before we see.
Has he sent you?
Yeah, so you know we were talking about bobbleheads. Liam, with the use of brilliant ChatGPT, has managed to mock up two bobbleheads, Craig and Ben bobbleheads. Are you ready to see these? Do you want to see them?
Has he sent you mine as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. Brilliant.
Yeah. So this is Craig's. Would you buy this bobblehead?
Love it. Liam, I love
so
it.
Good. So that's Craig, and then mine.
I might actually use that as my profile picture.
I look a bit like Declan Donnelly.
That is good, though.
We'll get those in stock, ready for next week, everybody. All right, we'll get those made.
Hang them on your Christmas tree this year.
Exactly right. Oh my goodness me. Right, let's get into looking at these. So you've got some finished samples there, Craig, because as much as it's good to see them on boards, they look better on finished products, don't they?
They do. They absolutely do. So what you were talking about, Ben, that is what we done in Wake Up Call. We've done that in Wake Up Call. We had a little bit of fun here, gone in with the Easter chick, of course, that was from the Easter treat bag, the 3 characters, the chick, the rabbit, and also the lamb. You can use out of Easter, but that could be like the cracked egg, of course. But then what about dinosaurs as well? That could be the cracked egg for the dinosaurs if you go with your greens and you go with your camouflage colours. But that is what we've done within Wake Up Call. Then in actual Weekly Wonder Show, launch day, what we done is we done that one as well. So we've just shortened it and we've then done it top and bottom to then kind of finish off our sentiment stamp. That was in launch day. In launch day, what we also done, it was actually using the cardstock that is gone, but we've used it for the edge, and then we've also used the same die, funny enough, that one there. What I've done is we've used it on the edge of our rosette. So we've done that one, and then in Weekday Wonder, we created that Z-fold card. So we've got that one there. Let's have a look at a few other samples as well, because you can then start to use it to decorate your construction. So here, decorate the bottom of the handbag, but then also use it to decorate the actual flap of the handbags that you are making. These could be not only belly bands, but then these could be bookmarks.
Oh, cute.
You can make your little bookmarks in there that Nicole has done. Now I'm trying to be tidy here because I'm going to do a demo in a minute. You can then be doing, so this is where I took the inspiration from the Z-fold card that I done. So you can see you can go in there. You can then start to just offset them side by side, but you can then turn that. If I can find it, you can turn it into a flump.
Oh yes,
Let's find
we love the flump card.
Where, there it is, here it is. So that same die, what you can do is you can then entwine them together and create a flump. Got that edgeable at the side there. So use them for the edge of your card, use them for the decoration of your card, use and offset them, so then use them on one side, flip them around, use them on that opposite side, go in with all your luxury cardstock in there. There's another beautiful Z-fold card. I did, within Wake Up Call and Weekly Wonder, I did name check all of these from the team that have made them all. So if you're just watching now, and you know that you've made these. I did name check you earlier on in both shows.
Yeah.
That you can see here. Lots and lots of different ways. This is actually the waist from the scallop
That's so
one.
cool.
So just lots and lots of ways in which you can use these as decoration, as edgeable, as key features. Cut them down, elongate them if you want to, because at the edge of each die, most of them don't quite have that finishing edge, so you can extend them if you want. Right, so what we're going to do here is let's go in with the scalloped edge, and I'm going to go in with this one. So this one it's like every second one is the large scallop, and then every in-between one is like a smaller scallop. So what I've got here is my 5x7 card blank, and then I've just folded back. So if I start to take that die, and I'm then just going to pop that right onto the very edge there. So if I bring that down into the edge, what I'm also wanting to do, Ben, is I'm just wanting to make the top and bottom kind of symmetrical in length.
Yeah.
So that I know that this is bang center in the middle. So if I turn it that way, the edge of the card here is running right in the center of that scallop, and the edge of this side card is running right within the center of that scallop there. So I know it is bang center in the middle. We're going to go in with my low tack tape here. So if we take our tape, because these are longer, what I do recommend that you do is if we tape that down, tape it down, and I do recommend that you put one into the middle there. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to use my junior plates, and we can go sideways, just because when I've been using my Gemini today, I've been using the junior plates. So I'll just keep using them. As you can see, turn them around, they go through. That's just going to give us that nice simplistic edge.
Yep.
So if I then peel that one off here, here, and here. So what I have then got is that decorative edge. Now, if I do it on that side, Ben, what I'm left with is the decorative edge on both sides.
Yeah.
So that's me got both of them. I'm then going to take a piece of linen card. Phi is just shy of 7 inches. And I'm going to take that same die. Now, what I want to do again is I just want to make sure I am getting that symmetrical and even at each side. Tape that one down, run it through, and then that's going to give me this one that you can see. So simple die cutting, nothing different from what you don't already know. And because I've made sure that it is bang center in the middle of my card, it all lines up. What we can do at this point is take my card. I've gone in, I've already cut this before. It is 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. And I've done exactly the same. I just made sure that that was symmetrical at each edge, which then enables me to slot that into there.
Yep.
And so it makes it easier for me. So I don't need to now think about that for a third time on my pattern paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cheat in a way. So I'm going to go in with a piece of cardstock. So this is just our white cardstock. And I'm going to then jump into this one. Now this one completely cuts out your card. So you can't elongate it from strip as long as you want because it's got a cutting edge. If you do want it longer, what you would need to do, Ben, is cut another one and then just overlap it with your glue because this whole die cuts out.
Yeah.
So if I pop that into place here, and then I'm going to go in with my layers. So going in with my junior plates. In Wake Up Call, I used the G2. Launch Day, I used the Mini for most of the show. So you'll have seen how you can go between them both. If I pop this out, let's get my pokey tool, pop that one out, and what I can do is I can then pop that to the side just here, but then to avoid seeing that pattern paper underneath, all you need to do is take a slither of that same colour card,
Ah, yes.
pop that behind, and we will stick it down. And now you've seen the pattern paper, you've seen the linen cardstock.
Yeah.
So if it's part of that edge,
Very
not
clever.
the pattern paper. And done that twice, because we're going to do that on the other side. So I'm just going to assemble these.
Just whilst you're doing that, there's loads of comments coming through. On the subject of whether you've ordered duplicates, lots of people have. So we're just saying about, if you've obviously got these vast craft rooms and then you've ordered something thinking you didn't have it and then found out that you did have it. Lots of times, says Elaine. Yes, more than once, says Chica. Hilary says, that's happened to me all the time before I organise my room. And Carol says, all the freaking time. I have so many duplicates. I have only ordered a duplicate once, but it made a great gift, says Fred. Jen Shank says, I've double ordered several times, but luckily I have a crafty bestie that does the same, and we give each other our doubles if we don't already have it. That's a bit like when you used to get the trading cards in the school playground. You'd swap your doubles, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would do. Although I'm considering starting that again now that the Topps trading cards have started with the WWE again. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. But what... should we both start collecting them, and me and you can do swapsies? So, yeah. So do you know what they've done this year? One of the big things that they've started is, I don't know if you'll have noticed this, everyone that was fighting at WrestleMania had a fabric WrestleMania logo stitched onto their gear. Oh, yeah. And then after the event last night, that gets taken off and it gets put onto a Topps card. No way. So there's only one in a million. And then whenever very quickly, just explain this, although it is interesting. When someone goes from the developmental group of the or NXT, and they have their very first show on Raw SmackDown, they're going to have a specifically designed fabric logo with the date in that of their very first show on proper WWE TV. That then goes into a Topps trading card as well. So there will only ever be one in the world of these. People who love the wrestling, I mean, will pay. Once you have that, exactly. I mean, goodness knows what you could auction it for, right? Could you imagine? Let's just say whether John Cena won last night or whether Cody Rhodes won last night. Yeah. They'll have had one little WWE logoed WrestleMania stitched into their gear. Yeah. That gets taken off. It gets put into a special Trump's card. So there's only one in the world. Imagine if you opened up and got that. Yeah. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Might go for the Liv Morgan one. Louise says, great shows today. I've managed to make a little bag. I can't believe it turned out so well. I love watching you make the cards. Louise, well done. And I know you're fairly new to us here, but always, hopefully you've joined our I'm a Crafter's Companion page, because we always love to see what you make. And even if you are just starting out, even if you are just a beginner, it's a very supportive page, isn't it, Craig? If you're a newbie and you want to sort of showcase what you've been making, always pop up your designs, because we all love to see what you've been making, whether you've been making for 10 years or 10 minutes. I think it's always good to see. And our family are very, very supportive. So always feel free to show us what you made. Anne says, I can't believe they only bought 500 paper pads and they thought it would last all week. That many barely covers Christine Mahoney. Karen says, I love all of the beautiful samples, very expiring, very inspiring. Claire Greenwood says, I think today's shows have been brill. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. And Jane says, Ben and Craig, thank you for absolutely making my morning. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. Morning therapy, definitely done. I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow because I'm seeing the shoulder doctor. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, sending positive vibes your way. And fantastic shows. Thank you, Jane, and hopefully it all goes well for your appointment tomorrow. Sending you healing vibes, because I know you've been struggling with your shoulder for a bit. And do you know what, Ben? Whether you celebrate Easter, whether you don't celebrate Easter, whether you've just decided to stick with us all throughout the day, thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate you. Even if you've just spent an hour, or whether it's one show, whether it's all day, it doesn't matter. We really, really appreciate it. You spend your time. I know by the names, most of you have joined us all day. And I genuinely thought it was going to be a lot quieter today. Like, obviously, we know lots of you are shocked by the fact that we sold out the Weekly Wonder, but also just looking at the viewing figures, I thought, people would be doing things with their families, people would be out and about. But so, yeah, a massive thank you. As much as you know, you've thanked us for coming in on a bank holiday here in the UK. Thank you for turning up, because you know, if you hadn't turned up, then it would have been a pretty rubbish day for us.
It would,
wouldn't it?
It would have.
Broadcasting to nobody.
That's it. It would have. You don't want that.
Thank yous all round. Oh yes, and also thank you for inviting us into your craft room as well.
Making it very personal.
It was very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Little nose around.
We let you into our lives, you've let us into your lives.
That's it. Mi casa, su casa.
Yeah. As I say. As I say.
And just as we're watching Craig as well, don't forget tomorrow we welcome Hayley back from the Dreamies. First time in a couple of years, actually. If you've never met Hayley before and you've never seen Dreamies products, Craig, our viewers are in for a treat, aren't
You're in for an absolute treat, and I can tell you right now, I seen Hayley and Jimmy yesterday at Hobby Maker, and they are so excited to be back here and to see all of you guys. You'll probably notice, obviously, there's still the incredible Dreamies products that they do. Probably a few additional things to their ranges since you've last seen them, if you've only ever seen them here. But yeah, such an incredible couple, inspirational couple, credible crafters. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, they are, Hayley is certainly a crafter, and what they bring out at Dreamies is just fabulous. I cannot wait. I'll be about tomorrow because I'm on some of the other shows. I can't wait to see them, but I can't wait to also see what they're bringing tomorrow.
It's great, like when Keith comes as well, you get lots of different products from Dreamies that you know, not necessarily be able to get from a Secret Crafter's Companion. So do tune in, and as I say, if you've not met Hayley before, make sure you join us, me and Hayley on Wake Up Call, to welcome her along and grab those deals, because if anything, today was anything to go by, it's going to be another busy day tomorrow. Lots of love for this card, Craig, so far, by the way. Lots of love coming in.
So yeah, creating that edge, you can see theme of the day, been going back to my old sentiment stamps here, just finishing it off down the edges, going in with some little flower dies. I've got one finished that I'll bring in. But off the back of what you were just saying there, Ben, about Wake Up Call, straight after Wake Up Call, come, whether you're watching on YouTube, whatever it is, come out of that and then go back into Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion on YouTube, because I'll be back in the next studio for a 1 hour craft together with Liam, who's waving his hands out there. And it is all, actually, before, I'm sure it's a template library. I've said it now. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's flower punches. Has it been changed?
Have they changed you last minute?
That's been changed.
That's not like this place. A last minute change.
Oh, I am so sorry. For like a week and a half, I've been saying, after I'd done the last one with the scoreboard, I've been saying, if you want the template, do you know what?
It's your craft together, mate.
Do you know what?
Just do what you want.
Right. Right, you've got, I know we've been asking you to be so interactive. We've got, let's say, a good few minutes left. Let me know, 1 hour tomorrow, do you want the flower punches or do you want the template library?
Right, quick straw poll
I will
then.
do what you want me to do, what the majority of the vote is.
Let us know.
So yeah, Ben, you could just add in all of these little flowers in there to decorate, and then we'll go creating it for the edges of your card.
What a beautiful way. Oh, that sounded very Australian. What happened then? What a beautiful way, mate, to wrap up the show. It's a lovely set of dies, it really is. And thank you for all of these messages coming through. Rosalind says, you guys are part of my everyday ritual. I work a lot of things around watching the shows every day. I even put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Watching Crafters TV is my downtime. And Diana says, Ben, I told my yodel lady I will see her in June, as I needed a break from spending. Unfortunately, having watched all of today's shows, I have now placed a few orders.
Told her yodel lady.
Told her yodel lady.
Yodel.
Delivery lady.
Yodel.
She has yodel lessons.
Yodel. Stop your spending. Yodel.
See you in June. Yodel.
Yeah.
Ben, oh no, I've done that one. I've enjoyed all the demos and tips today, says Cindy. I will rewatch when my Ric Rac's dies come in because of all the unique ways that Craig has used them. Rhonda says, cannot wait to see what the Dreamies will offer, and I'm a complete Dreamies junkie. Couple of quick questions at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry if I missed it, says Laurie, but what set was that sentiment from on the card you just made?
On that one, let's go back to my notes. I've been really, really good lately. and writing down. Laugh a little harder stamp set, so laughed a little harder.
And Carol's asking where the frame came from.
The frame was the scalloped, inverted, oval, nest and dies.
There you go. And just as far as tomorrow's concerned for you, Craig, all the votes pretty much for the template library so far.
I did think that. I can't believe I missed that change. But yeah, so straight after Wake Up Call tomorrow, I'll be in the next studio with Liam, live for 1 hour, all interactive, just like our normal shows, but it's you and it's me, Liam in my ear, and the template library, not the flower punches.
It's going to be a great day. So join us from midday tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific. It'll be me and Hayley from Dreamies on Wake Up Call. Your chance to see all of the deals. She's bringing a lot to the show tomorrow, and there is actually a buy the show option as well, so you'll want to be in for that. Then, as Craig says, as soon as that show finishes, just refresh your feed wherever you're watching us, and you'll be able to join Craig in Studio 2. He will be there for your Craft Together with the template library. And then when Craig finishes, you'll refresh your feed again, and you'll join me and Hayley back in the Craft House. So that's where we will be kind of really getting into it, and I'm sure Hayley will have loads of demos lined up. She'll be taking your questions, so make sure you line up those questions for her. And then obviously me and Craig sort of crisscrossing the whole day, but we finally will catch up tomorrow night on Launch Party. We've got the Celebrate the Good Times, we've got Graceful Plumes, and more of the Ric Rac dies as well. That is tomorrow night, live at 5. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you to all the team today. Thank you to Superstar Susie on the socials. Thank you to Jan. Thank you to Liam. Thank you to Nicola. Thank you to Sam. Don't think there's anyone else to say. Thank you to Craig.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
What are you doing over there?
I'm being a graceful plume.
You're doing a what? A graceful what?
Graceful plume.
Oh, right. I wonder what you said. Thanks for a great day.
Honestly, that is one of my favourite days today. I'm so glad you loved the launch. I'm so glad you loved the education. And I'm so glad you loved the laughs as well. But yes, Ben says I'll be back tomorrow for 1 hour and then back together as a duo at night.
Come back tomorrow. Let's have more fun like today. We've loved it. Loads of viewers, loads of you shopping with us, loads of interaction. We'll do it all over again. Thank you, everyone. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your Easter Monday. Enjoy your Dingus Day. And from me and he, for now,
Toodles!